Paula Creamer is healthy, her swing changes are taking hold, and she's on the leaderboard at the ShopRite Classic. Creamer likes where her game appears headed at Stockton, Seaview's Bay course outside Atlantic City, NJ. A 5-under par 66 Saturday moved her 2 shots off the lead before play was suspended at 1:33 p.m. due to storms in the area. "It's nice to be able to make a lot of birdies," Creamer said. "I don't think I've made this many birdies in the last 3 months." Creamer made 8 birdies against 3 bogeys in the second round, moving her into position to make a Sunday run at her 11th LPGA title, her first in 4 years. "For some reason, I've always played well here," Creamer said. Creamer, 31, led going into the final round at ShopRite last year but closed with a 74, tying for 7th. It's her last top 10 finish on tour. She has 5 top 10 finishes and 10 starts at ShopRite. Full field scores from the ShopRite LPGA Classic last fall. Creamer underwent left wrist surgery and didn't tee it up in an LPGA event for 6 months. She made her return at the Bank of Hope Founders Cup in March with a new swing under a new coach, Kevin Craggs. "Sitting out 6 months is beyond one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but you got to do what you got to do for your career," Creamer said. Article tags: 2018 ShopRite LPGA Classic, Paula Creamer, Galloway, NJ. SEI Young Kim birdied 7 of her last 10 holes for a share of the lead with Celine Herbin in the suspended second round of the ShopRite LPGA. Kim was 10 under for the tournament with 3 holes left when play was suspended because of darkness. Herbin had her second straight 5 under 66. Herbin birdied no. 18 after play resumed following a delay of nearly 3 hours because of lightning strikes in the area. The French woman left her job as a biochemical engineer at age 27 to become a professional golfer. Herbin had made the cut in just 5 of 11 tournaments prior to this week. "There is no secret really, just keep working on what I'm doing," she said. "I don't care if you miss 10 cuts if you win the 11th. The missed cut doesn't mean too much. What means more is the work you do every day." Full field scores from the ShopRite LPGA Classic. Kim, a 6-time LPGA winner, was one of 36 players unable to complete the round. Mariah Stackhouse, 65, Annie Park, 65, Ashley Bahey, 66, and Suo, 2 holes left, were 2 strokes back. Stackhouse is trying to become the tour's first black winner. "It's not added pressure," said Stackhouse, a second-year LPGA player. "When I'm on the golf course, I'm not performing as a black American. I'm just trying to make as many birdie putts as I can and saving all the pars that I can." 2-time champion Anna Nordqvist had a 73 to drop from a tie for first to a tie for 34th at 3 under. Article tags: SEI Young Kim, Celine Herbin, 2018 ShopRite LPGA Classic, Scarsdale, NY. Kristen Gilman won 2 more matches and the United States opened a 9-3 lead over Britain and Ireland in the Curtis Cup at Quaker Ridge. Gilman, the 20-year-old University of Alabama star from Austin, Texas, improved to 4-0 and helped the Americans move within 1.5 points of regaining the cup they lost in 2016 at Dún Laoghaire in Ireland. The U.S. leads the series the 3rd of August 28. The United States won 5 of the 6 matches Saturday, sweeping the morning 4-ball session. Gilman and Jennifer Kupcho got it started by beating Olivia Mahaffey and Sophie Lamb 3-2 in the opening match. Lilia Vu and Mario Galdiano edged Alice Hewson and Annabelle Fuller 2-1, and Lucy Lee and Andrea Lee topped Lily Mae Humphries and Shannon McWilliam 3-2. In the afternoon foursomes, Gilman and Lauren Stevenson routed Annabelle Fuller and India Cliburn 6-5, Lee and Sophia Schubert beat Paula Grant and Shannon McWilliam 7-5, and Mahaffey and Lamb defeated Kupcho and Lilia Vu 2-1. Golf fans watching the Belmont Stakes no doubt noticed the presence in the field of a horse with a familiar name. Free Drop Billy. Had to be a golf reference, right? What else could Free Drop refer to? Sure enough, there is a golf source for the name. According to BreedersCup.com, the stable, Alba Family Stable, tends to christen their horses with names relating to family and friends. Stable chairman Dennis Alba's golf buddy Bill Collins has a penchant for free drops, hence the name. For what it's worth, there were no free drops in the Belmont. Justify completed the Triple Crown. Gronkowski, named for the New England Patriots tight end, was second, and free drop Billy finished seventh. No player has ever gone on to win the U.S. Open after taking the PGA Tour event the week before, but Dustin Johnson appears in position to end that trend. Johnson fired another round in the mid-60s Saturday to keep pace with Andrew Putnam and share the third-round lead at the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Both are at 15 under 195 in what seems like a two-horse race at TPC Southwind. Only one other player, Stuart Sink, is within 5 shots of the lead. There were 2 reasons why Johnson decided to play the final tune-up before the year's second major, and neither involved reclaiming the #1 ranking with a victory. He enjoys TPC Southwind, having won there in 2012, and he'd made only 3 starts since the Masters, and never challenged in any of them. I felt like it was more beneficial for me to play here and be sharp going into the U.S. Open than to stay home and maybe go up there a couple of days early, he said. I wanted to be on top of my game going into next week. Full field scores from the FedEx St. Jude Classic. FedEx St. Jude Classic articles, photos and videos. It sure looks like DJ is getting close to that peak form. This week he leads the field in strokes gained, tee to green, driving distance and proximity to the hole. On Saturday, he made only 1 bogey and came home in 31 to card his 3rd consecutive round of 67 or better. As quiet as it seems like Johnson has been this season, he still has a victory, Tournament of Champions, and never has finished worse than 17th in a stroke play event. His swing coach, Butch Harmon, suggested last month that Johnson needed to work a little harder if he wanted to regain his dominant form of early 2017, but statistically, he's been as good as ever across the board. Except in one category. Over his star-crossed career, Johnson never has been a rock-solid closer. He's only 5 of 12 with at least a share of the 54-hole lead, and this season has been no different. He's only 1 for 3 in that spot, blowing a huge lead at the WGC HSBC Champions and then stumbling to a 73 to lose to Ted Potter Jr. at Pebble Beach. Johnson will have another significant advantage on the first tee Sunday, facing off against Putnam, the 273rd ranked player in the world with only 2 career top 10 finishes on tour. History has shown that Johnson doesn't concern himself with much on the course, but the next 8 days will tell us a lot about whether there is such a thing as the pre-US Open curse. Article tags: Dustin Johnson, 2018 FedEx St. Jude Classic.